Good morning, and welcome to Front Door Chronicles. We're at the front door. Oh, I swear I'm going to stop laughing about that eventually. I swear I am. Okay. I just love the fact that it's Front Door Chronicles because we're at the front door. So welcome to my front door. Hold on a second, baby. Jada, house, now. Now. Thank you. Sorry. I tell you, every time I'm at the front door, she feels like she needs to be outside. Anyway, you know what? I want to talk to you guys about something today that just kind of blew my mind over the weekend. I hope you guys had a really great weekend. I had a good weekend. I cannot complain. However, I had a conversation with somebody that just, oh Lord, I was like, you know what? I had some other stuff I wanted to talk about, but I'm going, this is what we need to talk about today. Here's my question for you. Are we talking to our daughters and the young women in our lives about their bodies, about what they're doing with their bodies, and also about how as women, as ladies, we're supposed to act? So I got a call, and I want to say she's maybe 24, 25, and she's, Miss Shay, I have a problem. Okay, I'm thinking it's and so she said she was conflicted. She was conflicted because she has a boyfriend that she really likes, or a guy she's talking to she really likes, and a guy she used to talk to, long story short, he invited her on this amazing trip and was talking about helping her buy all this and buy all that, and she didn't know which way to go. Well, as the conversation continued, we started talking about, if what she's doing was morally right, okay? And here's what's amazing to me. For whatever reason, we have young women out here that's giving away their good stuff like it's cookies. Who does that? And here's what I want to share with you. Are you ready? Here's what I want to talk to you guys about. And again, this video is mostly for younger girls. And, I won't say younger girls. I'm going to say single women. And mostly these young women between maybe 17 and 30. And a key that opens many locks is one hell of a key. A lock that can be opened by any key is a shitty lock. Let me say that one more time. A key that can open many locks is one hell of a key. But a lock that can be opened by any key is a really bad lock. So here, let me tell you what I'm talking about. Here's the deal, okay? These young girls are out here, and, as she explained to me, well, guys been doing it since forever. I don't understand why we can't do it. Because you're not a guy. You're not a guy. And get this, why are you judging yourself based on what somebody else is doing? Here's what I can tell you, because a guy who has respect for himself, I can promise you, he ain't putting that key in no whole bunch of locks. I'm just saying. At some point, we got to make sure that you guys, and again, this is mostly for young girls, so I'm going to talk directly to you. Do you understand that it is not, everybody that likes you should not be able to be in your space? Everybody who claims that you're beautiful they're not worthy of your time. Do you know the quickest way to get into trouble? Lord, and you can ask any woman over 35 this here, and I swear it's the truth. You want to know the quickest way to end up in trouble? You want to know the quickest way to end up with a bunch of babies? Honey, mess with somebody that ain't no good. Mess with a guy who ain't got nothing going on for himself, and I promise you, honey, they have when I tell you, they soldiers ain't marching, they soldiers are running. So unless it is your intention to end up used up, again, needing a welfare system and all this other stuff, you got to be careful with your body. You got to be careful with who you allow into your circle, who you allow into your life. You got to be careful. Because at the end of the day, here's what you have to keep in mind. And as she went on, she was like, I really want to get married. I want a relationship. I want this. I want that. Pastor Gray, he said something that I thought was interesting. He said that a woman is a wife before you marry her. And here's what I want to tell you. Honey, if you're girlfriend material before he ever makes you his girlfriend. You are girlfriend material long before it ever comes up. Baby, everything ain't supposed to be easy. And I'm going to say some things that I know a lot of people that know me are probably going to think this is way too far, but I'm going to tell you what your mama didn't. And if she did, maybe she should have. Here's the truth. Baby, that thing ain't free. That thing ain't meant to be free. Somebody paying for the water to wash it. Somebody paying for the soap. Somebody paying for something. And if you're the one paying for it, the last thing you have time to do is to be bothered with somebody that does not understand your value. And not only that, being bothered with somebody that understands that there has value. So, okay, here, and I'm going to take it to the Bible. The Bible tells us that be careful not to cast your pearls to swine because they will trample upon them. Something like that. Honey, I'm worse than Medea trying to quote scripture. But you get where I'm going with it. Do you understand that when you are out here, and I get it, honey, let me tell you something. As I'm not as young as, I'm not 20, 30, nothing, but I can promise you that every time you turn around, I got somebody else. Oh my God, you're beautiful. Why don't you let me take you out? And okay, no, not impressed. And as she went on and she was talking about the trip he wanted to take her on, I go, you know, honey, the best thing about me, what I love about me is that if I'm going to spoil, if I want to be spoiled, honey, I can do that for myself. And nobody has the right to come in and say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have that. Honey, if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't have it. And that being the case, I have the right to say yes or no. So as mom, so here, let me switch to the mothers real quick. I done said what I had to say to the young girls. Let's talk to you mamas. You know, we done already went out there and we done already made our mistakes. We done already went out there and we done did the stuff that we were going to do. Wouldn't it make sense to share that with them so they don't have to make the same mistakes? Because I was asking her, I said, sweetie, did you talk to your mama about this? And she goes, my mom doesn't talk to me about this kind of stuff. I go, well, why not? You know, she goes, my mom says I have to make my own mistakes. Well, here's what I know. We are now the wise ones. And because we are, if you made it over 35, honey, you are officially one of the wise ones. And it is your responsibility to share what you know with the younger people coming up. Because they're dealing with things we didn't have to deal with. Do you know, I still remember the first time they were talking about AIDS on the news. Yes, I am that old. They are dealing with things that we didn't, you know, we wasn't. Right now you have 2 out of 5 people have herpes. We didn't have those odds when we were in our 20s and 30s, but they do. So if we're not taking the time to talk to our young people about, I'm not going to even say abstinence, I'm sorry, and a lot of y'all ain't going to agree with me, but I think it is totally unreasonable to expect somebody to abstain. Sorry. Now I'm going to tell you, the only people in the world that's talking about abstinence, yeah, I'm going to pray for y'all because somebody's living a lie. It ain't about abstaining. It is about making sure that those people you allow into your space are worthy of your space, that they are worthy of the time you're spending with them. That's it. So, for you young girls, I'm going to say this one more time. It's my last time saying it. Honey, a key that will open many locks is one hell of a key. That's that dude. If he want to be out there opening locks, that's him. But a lock that can be opened by any key is a real shitty lock. Do you really want to be that person? That's all I'm asking. Do you really want to be that person? Because I'm going to tell you something. It is true. Honey, you accept God into your life and you will be made whole all over again. I get that. But I will tell you this, honey. Nobody wants to end up the damaged and used person because they have repeatedly let the wrong people into their space. You gotta watch, you gotta protect this. All of this is yours. You gotta protect that. Nobody is gonna protect that the way that you will. And I get it. You know, one of the things that I've never liked that whole concept of, you know, love yourself. Nobody teaches us how to love ourselves, especially as women. Nobody teaches us how to do that. Honestly, if you really ask yourself, what does it mean to love yourself? Because I remember I thought loving yourself meant don't kill yourself. But no, you got to take the time to get to know you. Do you know one of the reasons I'm a happy morning person, which is why I love my Front Door Chronicles? Honey, I'm going to tell you something. I wake up every day in love with me, but I had to get there. I didn't wake up one day and was like, Shay's one heck of a person. Hold on one second. Jada, come over here. Get over here. All 4 pounds of you, somebody's going to step on you. Get in here. See, I'm sorry about that. That's how y'all need to be with your children out here. Because, you know, I got a teenage son. And I'm going to tell you, I see what some of y'all daughters be sending him. And I'm going to tell you something. Do you know I can look at his text messages? Yes, I go through his phone. I can look at his text messages and I can tell when one of these young girls come from a single parent home. And I'll read the text message and I go, what little girl done sent this to you? I go, listen, baby, she live in a single parent home and she's searching for something that you can't give her. You can't give it to her. And that's usually, and my son always go, well, how do you know? Because I can tell when you got a single mother out here raising a daughter and she's not teaching her those things that she needs to know about herself. Y'all got these young girls out here, and I'm telling you, I got a teenage son, and I'm watching it. Y'all got girls out here chasing dudes, chasing these little boys. You know, I remember when I was coming up, because they used to call him mannish. Oh, such and such is being mannish. Means he was, talking about stuff that grown folks did. Here's what I know. Do you realize I got more girls on the phone with my son talking about that than I have my son talking to these girls about it? No, they're offering it. They are offering it. It ain't like, and I'm telling you, I read every text message. It ain't like he's asking for it. They are offering it. And at some point, y'all not having a conversation with y'all daughters about how they're supposed to respect their bodies. So it's not just these young girls who are out here not knowing what they're doing and still acting a fool. A lot of times it's us that's not having conversations with the young women in our lives. All right, that's enough of me fussing about that. And that is that. And literally, all I want to say to you young women out there, have a little respect for yourself. And when I say have some respect for yourself, I don't mean don't have fun. I don't mean don't, sometimes if you want to let loose a little bit, do that. But when it comes to somebody being in your personal space, in your circle, and definitely inside of anything that God has given you, you need to be careful. You need to be careful because at the end of the day, baby, you want to be one heck of a lock, not one heck of a key. And you can't judge yourself off what some guy is doing. Because I'm going to tell you something. Any guy that's worth his salt, he ain't out there spreading himself around either. He's going to be just as particular as you are. And I'm going to tell you, honey, it's coming for you. And I get it. Y'all see all these little posts on Facebook and you all, I want what they have. Hashtag couple goals. I get it. But you got to wait for that, honey. That ain't meant to come. If it's not your time right now, love happens to us all when it's time. That's it. When it's time. It may not be when you want it, but it's always when it's time for it to come into your life. Take a minute and work on you. Whatever that is. I remember the first time somebody told me to work on me, I was like, what does that even mean? I already know me. No, take a minute and work on you until that person comes along. Because while you sitting here and you entertaining folks that ain't no good for you, I'm telling you, that's how you get pregnant. That's how you get pregnant. Y'all see these women out here that got good husbands, and you got that one baby that's by somebody else. That's because she messed with a fool first. And after she messed with that fool, she was like, oh, I got to get me a good man. Y'all got to be careful out here in these streets. All right, that was it for today. You guys have a great and fantastic day. It is Monday. I love Mondays. Go out and have a powerful Monday. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.